Hello YouTube world, my name is Lauren and welcome back to my channel. A few weeks ago, Spotify released everybody's personalized Spotify Wrapped for the year 2022. Now, if you don't listen to Spotify, which I highly doubt if you clicked on this video, Spotify does a yearly recap of your listening activity over the past year. It'll show you things like your top genres, top artists, top songs, and it'll also just give you some data on your overall listening activity. Now, like most people, I look forward to my Spotify Wrapped results each year, and this year, as I was reviewing my results, I wanted to compare it to last year's results, but I was having a hard time finding the statistics that I got last year, and I was Googling to see if I could find it somewhere in my Spotify profile, but the only thing I could find was my Spotify Wrapped 2021 playlist, which is the list of songs they curated for me, but I couldn't find the actual data and statistics. So this year I ended up taking screenshots of the Spotify Wrapped video that they provide us and was going to just try to save it and use it next year to compare to my 2023 results. But then I had an inspired idea. Since I had some blank pages in my current bullet journal, I figured I would do a spread of my Spotify Wrapped 2022 results. That way it is better documented and memorialized in my bullet journal rather than just trying to save that screenshot, which I will probably end up losing or deleting at some point. Okay, so first up we have my top 5 genres. Now, my genres typically don't differ year to year. I am pretty basic and typically listen to pop or anything pop adjacent, so I wasn't too surprised with my results. At number 1, we have, of course, just classic pop. Number 2, we have show tunes, and that also makes sense because I am a huge Broadway fan, especially Broadway musicals. Number 3, we have post-teen pop, so again, makes sense because it's very pop adjacent. And at number 4, we have contemporary country, which probably just means country pop. And lastly is pop punk, which also makes sense because sometimes I get nostalgic and listen to songs from the early 2000s, which were very pop punk. Now, next, Spotify will also give you just some general statistics of your listening activity over the past year. And so for me, it told me that I listened to 49 different genres, 1,340 artists, 2,394 songs, and 37,044 minutes of music. Which 37,000 is a lot for most people. I think it's above average. But for me, this is actually less than last year. If I remember correctly, I think I was somewhere in the 50,000 range because I pretty much have Spotify on all the time. So 37,000, I'm pretty surprised by that it's a lot lower this year. Okay, next is something I believe that is new this year. So Spotify created something called My Audio Day, and it's essentially a summary of the vibes of the songs that you listen to both at night, in the afternoon, and in the morning. So at night, I tend to listen to music that is rebellious, cottagecore, and Hallyu. Which, can somebody tell me what cottagecore or Hallyu mean? Like, I have no idea what these are. Like, these are completely foreign words to me, so I have no idea if these make sense or are completely wrong. So I have no comments for now until someone tells me what these mean. Next, in the afternoon, I tend to listen to music that is reminisce, upbeat, or nostalgia. And then lastly, in the morning, I listen to music that is comforting, hopeless, and romantic. I think this summarizes my listening activity pretty well. Most of the music I listen to are either cute and fun and poppy, or they're ballads and are sad and hopeless, usually about love and breakups. And when you see who my top artist is, you'll understand why. So next up are my top 5 artists and songs. So at number 1, as is every year, it is Taylor Swift. So Spotify told me that I am in the top 1% of listeners for Taylor Swift, and I am not surprised. I have her on repeat. I am a Swiftie. But don't ask me if I got tickets to her Eras tour, because I didn't, and I'm very sad about it. Moving on. Next, at number 2, is a new artist for me this year. It is Ruggiero. Now, Ruggiero is from a very popular Disney Channel Latin America show called Soy Luna, and I was introduced to Soy Luna and to Ruggiero by Caitlin McKillop, who you may or may not watch on YouTube. She does a lot of Disney Channel content, and I ended up really liking his music, so I listened to it a lot this year, apparently. Alright, number 3 is Joshua Bassett. Again, not surprising, considering I got very invested in the whole Olivia Rodrigo, Joshua Bassett drama. At number 4 is Barlow and Bear. Barlow and Bear are the artists to the unofficial Bridgerton musical songs. I know there's a lot of controversy around the lawsuit Netflix brought about because of the music, but either way, the songs are really good and I really enjoy listening to them. At number 5 is Nashville Cast. So Nashville is a kind of old show at this point, starring Hayden Panettiere, and honestly, I started watching Nashville at least 2, if not 3 years ago, so I'm kind of surprised that the Nashville Cast are still in my top 5 artists. I guess I am still listening to their music even many years later. Okay, at number 1 for my top 5 songs, it is Secret by Joshua Bassett. Again, not surprising since Joshua is my 3rd top artist. And at number 2 is his other song, Set Me Free. These songs were really beautiful and heartbreaking, so it makes sense that these are at my top 2 songs. Alright, number 3 and number 4 are 2 songs by Ruggiero. It is Si Tu No Estás and Apenas Son las 12, which I apologize to any of my Spanish-speaking viewers. That was probably terrible pronunciation. But yes, again, makes sense because Ruggiero is my 2nd top artist. And at number 5 is a random one. It is My Escape by Raven's Code. Now, I'm kind of surprised by this one. I didn't think I listened to the song that much. It is on my liked songs list, but I feel like it's only here because Spotify forces me to listen to it. Like, it just happens to come up more often when I hit shuffle. So I don't actively try to listen to this song. I think it just comes up more often. So this one's a little weird. I don't like that it's in my top 5 songs, so we'll see if we can change that next year. Lastly, Spotify told us what our listening personality is, and for me, I got the adventurer, which it had told me that I am a seeker of sound. I venture out into the unknown, searching for fresher artists, deeper cuts, newer tracks, especially gems yet to be found. And yeah, this 100% captures my listening activity. As you can see, I listen to a wide variety of artists and songs each year. I don't tend to stick to the same artists while I do listen to a lot of Taylor Swift, I also just listen to a lot of music in general, so I'm not afraid to branch out into new artists and new songs, or anything that just sounds good to me. Alright, so that's my Spotify Wrapped spread for 2022. I would love it if you could let me know if we have anything in common, or if you end up doing a Spotify Wrapped spread in your bullet journal. I would love to see it. You can always share it with me on my Instagram at Lauren_can_, which as always is linked in the description below. And if you liked this video, I would appreciate it so much if you could give me a like, and subscribe, and I will catch you all next time. Bye!